everyone. My name is Okungo Kenechukujida. I'm the National Academic Secretary. I decided to make this video to guide us on the features that the Better Today app contains so that we can continue or we can start to use the app. This app is wonderful. And as I go through, you agree with me that the app is wonderful. So let's start. This app icon is on my home screen. This is what you see. Alright, actually I've tried to make the video about twice. There's some data imputed here that may not initially go away for imputed for the sake of this video. Okay, so this is the home page. This is the menu page. It has the features of the app. I'll try and go through every feature. Home page, goals, academic goals. Alright. So okay, setting the tab, you can come to this from there. Okay, so this is the academic goals area. You can set a goal by clicking this plus button. For instance, you can decide that you want to read for. Now let's just change it to read ENT because I have an ENT test coming up. There are so many ENT here. Okay, and let's say you want to read that for 2 hours. Let's make that 120 minutes. 20 minutes, alright. So then you save the data by using this button. You save the data. Let's now check our study. This app has an English study graph. It's showing that I've only read for about 45 minutes today. Alright, let's now assume I now finish reading the 2 hours that I said I want to read the ENT for. I'll come back to where I set the goal. This is it, and click done, click save. So it's now showing that I've read that. Let's go back to the study graph. Alright, so it's now reflecting. It's now showing 2 hours 45 minutes for today, 5th of May. So that's the beauty of this app. You can use it to track your progress, develop a study graph where you can send to anyone that is monitoring your progress. Maybe you have a mentor, because in CMDA you have the mentorship program. If you have a mentor, you can be sending this weekly to your mentor so that the person can look at your progress and see if you are really studying. Alright, you can, of course, you can download this the graph, or you can screenshot it. Another feature is that you can get the graph for a previous month. For instance, I want to check the month of March. This is my graph for the month of March. Alright, so let's come back here. So I just talked about the study graph now because I was at this academic section. Okay, so that's that. But in that way, okay, let's just go sequentially. So this is stuff worth noting. I wrote this today. I gave for intubation. Let's click done. So it has saved it as notes. This feature allows you to take notes as you study. So alright, and you can have your notes on the go as in a soft copy version wherever you go by clicking all saved data academic. Then you follow all saved data academic. You go to daily stuff worth noting, and you see all these things I've written. You can read it as a text, as a revision guide when a test is near. Alright, let's go back to the academic goal section. Alright, so that's okay. The last thing on this page is the calendar. So already number 3 is showing red because probably I didn't read that day. But assuming I read that day, for instance, maybe I read for 2 hours that day, and I didn't use the app. I didn't use the app to read. I read on my own, but I didn't use the app. I now want to impute it into the app because I'm going to send out my study graph to someone to view. I can now simply backdate to this third. Change this. Let's say I read for 2 hours. Change it to 2. Change it to 120. Click done and save it. Let's go to the study graph. It has now reflected. Previously this thought was empty. I don't know if you saw it, but let me go over it. This is the calendar. We'll go to third. Let's click. This is how it was if it was undone. Study graph, you see third is empty. But when I go back and click third here, click done, click save, it will show in the study graph. So it's not showing that I read on third, but I didn't actually read on third. So let's go back and adjust that. Okay, this is done. I'm done. Okay, so that's all for this page. They also have weekly goals in case you want to set weekly goals. Stop or nothing for the week, monthly goals. And let's go to devotion aspect. Devotion has this is the home page of the devotional aspect. You have a relationship with God, what you read, the scripture passage you read for the day, memory verse, your lessons learned. Have you had a devotion today? Have you used your prayer bulletin today? The importance of using this is that it reminds you, especially about the prayer. Many of us don't use the prayer bulletin, but when you have this, it can remind you to use your prayer bulletin. It can remind you to memorize a verse. It can trigger you to look for a lesson intentionally and not just read the Bible for reading's sake. You have the daily parts. Yeah, you can set daily goals. For instance, you want to pray for 1 hour, you can set such a goal. When you achieve that, you can click down here. You have a weekly goals, you have monthly goals if you want to set such goals. Alright, you can also write stuff worth noting for the day if you want. So let's go back to the personal. Also the same thing in personal, you can decide that you have a personal goal of reading one chapter of a book. But this is what I wrote here. And let's say you assume it will take you 60 minutes. So when you now finish reading it, you click done and save it, but I've not done it, so let's leave it as undone. Evaluation. This now shows what percentage of the daily goals you have achieved. Alright, it's showing that I've achieved only 47%. Why is it showing that I've achieved only 47%? Let's go back to the goals. You can clearly see that I have 60 minutes undone here, 130 minutes undone here. So this is what making me. So as mean these were genuine goals. Actually, these two goals were set for the purpose of this video. But if they're genuine goals, I'll now go back and say, okay, I've nearly reached my goal for the day. Let me read for the remaining 3 hours and all that. So that's the importance of the evaluation page. Okay, so you have the same thing for devotional and devotional personal. Okay, then study graph. Yeah, this gives you a graphical representation of your study for that month. So I mean there's someone that I've talked about the study graph, so I've talked about the benefits. You can download it and all that. You can see a previous month study graph by just simply doing this, even if it's a previous year study graph. Let me see what January, no save data, December. Okay, I didn't really use it last year, so I started using it this year. This is for February. I didn't really use it in February. This is for March and all that. And all save data academic. I don't know if I've talked about. Okay, I don't think I've talked about that. You have this is your daily goals. I don't really use this. I mainly use the daily stuff worth noting to get my notes. So this is whenever you're reading for the day and you write something in your daily stuff worth noting, it saves as notes here, and you can easily access them at this point. Same thing for spiritual, same thing for personal. Okay, but there's nothing here. Okay, I wrote something, but it's not really meaningful. We have our Bible, and this is a wonderful feature. This app is wonderful. It's a composite. This app is complete. It has the academic part, it has the spiritual part. It has multiple versions, about 7 versions. You also have the opportunity for parallel. You can have multiple versions in parallel and compare and contrast. This is John 3. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Let's say I want to compare. I want to see John 3 verse 3 in different versions. So that's that. You can use that. That's a wonderful feature because you can also search for scriptures, for verses of the scripture. This shows you highlights, shows you all the verses you have ever highlighted in the Bible. Then this is parallel. I've talked about the parallel. So and this is the history of the verses I've opened. Then I exit to go back to this tab. And this is the event clock. This is what I mainly use in this app, the event clock. So if I want to read now, I don't really use those goal settings and all that. I mainly use this. I can read ENT again and start my timer. and timer is counting down. They say events you accomplish here will automatically be recorded in your daily goals. Events less than 1 minute will not be saved. The clock will continue running even when you have closed the app. Come back to the same UI when you to stop the clock whenever you are done. So basically, it just means that anything this event clock saved, it adds it to your daily goals, it adds it to your study graph. But any event less than 1 minute will not be saved. If I stop this now, say event ended, data not saved. Alright. So it's only when it's more than 1 minute it will save and add to your daily goals and add to your study graph. So you can, for instance, you can start it again, minimize and go and read. When you are done, you come back and stop it. If it's more than 1 minute to save it to your daily goals and to reflect your study graph. So this is what I mainly use to build up my study graph, what I mainly used to read. And you have the backup. I backed up today, so by it backs up the data to your Google Drive. So even if you lose the phone, get a new phone, install a new app, your new device, you can get back your previous data. Alright, so the backing up process is simple. Just click the cloud button, cloud upload button. It backs up your data, backup successful. Very simple. Then feedback, you have to give feedback to developers. Settings, want to tweak any settings. About us, that's our vision, mission statement, mission statement, anthem, introduction by National Academy Department, and all that. So that's all. So in summary, this app is used to really track your progress, help you see your studies. If someone is looking into your studies, is following you up, you can use this app to give the person updates. Alright, you can use this app to set a goal. For instance, if you set a goal that you want to be reading a minimum of 3 hours every day, you can use this app and keep on reading until you reach down your minimum. And you now know, okay, I've reached my minimum target for today. I can do other things and that kind of thing. So I really encourage everyone in CMDA-NIGERIA students to use this app. Alright, thank you for watching this video.